well. So it says, why are Sikhs vegetarian? Don't plants have feelings?
Don't
Two,
what?
Don't plants have feelings? Two, since they are living.
Good question. So I personally feel that Sikhs should refrain from eating meat. Not necessarily, like some people say that any life form, all life forms are sacred, and then the answer to that is, well, plants have life as well. But if you are looking at Sikhi, the fundamental precept of Sikhi that comes before Dharam is Daya. Daya is mercy, compassion. Dharam, or righteousness, religion, can only follow if you have compassion. So if I don't necessarily need to eat an animal, I will refrain from eating that animal. How is it different than a plant? Because we're talking about compassion, mercy, we don't eat meat because it lacks compassion. Or I feel that way. Some of you may feel differently. If you're cutting a carrot, it's not trying to run away from you and screaming and bleeding, and it's none of that. It's very different. But if you're cutting an animal, it's very different. It's trying to get away, it's possibly screaming, it's very different. One of the most brutal things that, I'll just come out and say it, I've spoken to some people, and you know how you have these beheading videos that come out of the Middle East? A lot of us can't even watch them, let alone do them. But how is it possible that people are actually doing this? The answer is that it starts from the process of doing the sacrificial killing that happens for animals. So the cutting of the throat and the wheezing of the cut windpipe and the bleeding out, it happens with an animal, and going one step up to a human, it makes it possible. So it's all about compassion for me. If someone disagrees, that's fine. Do whatever floats your boat, as they say.